Scientology is facing its biggest image crisis following an extraordinary attack in Parliament by independent MP Nick Xenophon and former members of the church who have spoken out. Their claims include forced imprisonment, coerced abortions, embezzlement of church funds, physical violence, intimidation and blackmail. Now, in a moment, we're going to hear directly from the church, but first, the allegations.
Oh, God, looking at human beings as assets. It's hard to comprehend how you can do that. I sent my own brother on hard labour and got him locked up in a uniform, my own brother, when he tried to join and cause some discredit to the organisation.
He's only a year younger than you.
That's right.
I can't blame anyone particularly for my daughter's deaths. I'm not the sort of person who would hold anyone accountable for what were basically tragic accidents. But what happened after that still to this day disgusts me.
Embarrassingly, probably in total my wife and I spent close to between $1 million and $1.2 million
Dollars Australian.
going up the bridge. We got to the highest levels. We trained.
Well, former church members there speaking on Today, Tonight, last night. And now Virginia Stewart from the Church of Scientology joins me. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
When you see that and listen to what Nick Xenophon had to say, how does it make you feel? Are you angered? Are you embarrassed? Are you shocked?
I think definitely shocked, because several months ago we wrote to the senator, and actually asked to meet with him. We understood that he had some concerns, and we said, we're very happy to meet with you. We'll come down to you.
So you knew this was coming?
No, not this. He appeared actually on television, I think around May, June, something like that, and talked about a French case. And so we said, well, you have some concerns. He raised some issues, I think, on the church in Australia regarding taxes. We have a High Court of Australia decision of 1983 regarding the whole tax exemption and, defining us as a religion, which is pretty much a landmark case. So he declined to meet with us. So then to have this in Parliament launched without any warning, no conversations with us, is pretty shocking, and I think it's definitely an abuse of parliamentary privilege.
Okay, because for those people who don't know, if you speak in Parliament, you can't be sued, you're protected there. But the people on Today, Tonight, last night, the former members of Scientology who Nick Xenophon based his address on in Parliament the other day, do you know them all?
Yes, actually I know all of those people. Some of them were I grew up with them actually. So it's very shocking to me to hear what they're saying, but they're definitely points that they raise that we're going to individually take up, because obviously the allegations just appeared on television and in Parliament, so we're going to be addressing each of those in full. But straight off the top, some of those, like the gentleman on the different, I think the imprisonment of the son, Aaron. Right, yeah. I absolutely, and the other statements he said, I absolutely categorically know that in my church we don't do those things.
Okay, your church, as in Scientology, not your just particular church that you go to?
Yeah, well, the church in Australia.
Okay.
Yeah.
He admits to torture and blackmail while working in the church both here in Australia and the US headquarters, so deny that.
If he personally did that, it is news to me. Okay. Absolutely.
Carmel Underwood, former executive director of the church's Sydney branch, so pretty high up, alleges child abuse cover-up in the 80s in which a victim was coached to lie to authorities.
That specific case, absolutely not. Absolutely. I know exactly the case that she's talking about, and there was an instance, and that gentleman was taken by police. There was no coaching to lie. Absolutely, categorically deny that. Okay,
Dean Dethridge, who was part of the church for 17 years, says he participated in concerted efforts to extract as much money as possible from parishioners with no regard for their financial situation.
Well, I'm sorry, but Dean, I definitely, I don't know what Dean does, but I know this is how the church works in regarding donations. Yep. So we don't tithe, we don't have any other businesses that are like profit making. So we don't have like a newspaper or a hospital. The way that Scientologists donate to the upkeep of their church and to our social programs is through payment for a religious service. So if they wish to take a course or they wish to take religious counselling,
One bloke last night said he spent $1.5 million on these courses.
That's
They're
right.
pretty expensive courses.
But we've also given him quite a substantial sum of money returned. So if you, yes, so the church does have a policy that if you make a donation and then you decide that you don't wish to pursue with Scientology, or you don't wish to do a service any longer, say they say, I don't want to be a Scientologist anymore, we actually return their donation.
You get a refund?
Yes.
Okay. Just finally though, Nick Xenophon says you're not a religion, it's a tax rort, that sort of stuff. I don't know much about it. Yeah. So who do you believe in?
We believe that you are a spirit. We're a spiritual being, and that there is a God, but we don't actually define God for you. That's your own spiritual path to discover who and what God is for you as you come to understand yourself and the universe around you and the people in it. In relation to Nick Xenophon's comments, he actually is flying right in the face of the full bench of the High Court in their 1983 decision, who looked far more extensively into Scientology than Mr. Xenophon has done. Most of those letters and complaints are from the 7th and 8th of November, so I can assure you that there's been no decent inspection into Scientology.
Okay, all right, and you'll cooperate with
Absolutely.
any investor? Okay, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.